We are charting the higher octave with my guest this morning, returning on the show after 3 years, the lyricist for Sneaker Pimps. I have Ian Pickering. Hi, Ian. Welcome back to the show.
Hi there, Nocturne. How are you?
It's always a pleasure to have you. I remember the last time you were here, I was saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually speaking with the lyricist who wrote
Ah, yeah,
the
I
Becoming X."
know. That's always amazing to me, things like that. But no, I remember it was very nice because I'd never really done anything so much like that on my own before. So with that first album, pretty
Yeah.
retrospective, yeah. But it was very pleasant talking to you. So, but no, this time I'm
Well,
more
yeah,
aware of what it's like. So yeah.
yeah. Well, I have to say because the very first time, when I had a radio show back in 1996 called The Feast of Friends on KTUH 90.1, and this song, especially Six Underground, I played even Spin Spin Sugar. I played like often. I mean, it was such a hypnotic song. It had a I mean, when I first heard it, it was written from a very specific gaze. Okay, that's what I felt. The woman in
Yeah.
the woman in the song, whatever the woman is portrayed as mysterious, seductive. Maybe emotionally unavailable, slightly dangerous, kind of like an obsession, right? I mean, it goes with the beat
Yeah.
of the song as well. I mean, and I think that's what captured people. I think people
Yeah.
really like it's either they want that kind of woman that they can never have, or women who want to be that kind of women.
Uh yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, no, that was probably my experience with women at that time when I was that age, to be honest.
I
Uh,
think I think it's
you
it's really weird how people society see that, and it's really interesting. It's a little bit voyeuristic too. It has a voyeuristic undertone to it, and so
yeah,
the
yeah.
listener was actually the voyeurist. People love to be voyeurs. I mean, it's even currently, you can see it now in social media, right? People just want to look at these photos and
Uh,
videos.
yeah. I mean, I think that's the whole point about the Sneaker Pimps Becoming X and the link to the new album. But the whole point about Becoming X was it's 30 years since the album came out.
Mm-hmm.
And when I sit there, and because it's the anniversary, there's a box set coming out. So I've been
Right.
asked to write something, and everyone's been doing stuff a little bit to make it something personal touch to it. So we were all asked to write something. So we've been thinking about it, and it's like with the lyrics, it's like ah, it's pretty much it's Andy Warhol in advance of its time again, you know? It's like, okay, this album, it's kind of captured the whole sleaze of the era,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
It was very much a free love era again, but there was undercurrents to the 90s that we pay for now, I think,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yes. Yes.
But I think it captured the whole kind of zeitgeist today. If you listen to it, it still sounds extremely relevant in
Yes. Yes.
terms of
That's what I
what
was gonna
people go
say.
through.
In
Yeah.
fact, I was just thinking about this. You know how people are, like I was mentioning, people are voyeurists. I mean, there's exhibitionists and voyeurists, right? It seems to be, it's still very, especially now with social media. I can see this song like actually returning, making back the people playing it as their video to portray their
Yeah.
video because it has that voyeuristic quality to it. It's obsessive, and people are
Yeah.
obsessive. People have an obsessive nature now these days, especially. I don't know what it is. It's all about being beautiful and portraying this image, which sometimes they're really not, in reality, but they
No,
try to be, or they
it, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I try and think where it's coming from because it always seems like a strange contradiction in that we've created a kind of ubiquitous individuality. And now, because of social media, things where there would be pockets of people in different cities who somehow got to know about each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, it would spread slowly, but now suddenly everyone's individually on trend immediately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
the
mean,
eyebrows are the same, the hair is the same.
I know.
They smell the same, you know? It's
Yeah, no,
wonderful,
you're true
but
about that. I get that smell the same. Oh my God. I mean, I feel it when I'm going into the elevator and then somebody comes in. I go, oh, I smelled that cologne just a while ago, because I have a
yeah,
really
yeah,
strong
yeah,
sense of smell. I'm a Taurus moon, so I can
yeah,
sense smell, and then it smells like the perfume now is like a lot of people use the same perfume,
yeah.
which
I don't know what
which
in at the moment in France where I am, it's vanilla. And I went to London and
yeah,
it's like, okay,
exactly.
the vanilla is there. It's everywhere. It's very
Yeah,
nice. No
yeah, I
complaint.
know. I go, what happened to Dior? Chanel, it's not the same
Yeah.
anymore. But Chanel was popular in the 70s and in the 80s, and now it's like, what is going on with the scent? I think it's just, so
Ah,
I get your point. Yeah, it's all about that, right? It's all about the senses. It's all about
yeah,
the
yeah,
sensuality of and what's really interesting is X, right? It's a chromosome. And now your first major work, Becoming X, was
yeah,
such
yeah,
it's phenomenal. I have to say that. That's why I have to express how amazing it is, because it was part of my time. Because I was playing music and I was playing this song over and over again on the radio, and people loved it. They would call in and say, "What is that song?" It's so the tune, everything about it. And I go, Look at, listen to the lyrics, and it actually flows with beat." And now 30 years later, you release an album called Regarding Generation Gen X. Right?
yes.
And so it's all about the chromosome X, which is the female chromosome.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, and there's a lot of the thing is, it was no surprise that because first and foremost, I'm a writer, and I was asked to write the lyrics.
Yes.
Now, we've always written songs as well, but my job with the Sneaker Pimps was the lyrics, and I was training as a journalist at the time, and writing was always second nature to me. I have an instinct for it. So, but because of the journalism and because of the way I was myself, uh, it just came out a certain way. And I knew I was writing for a woman, and it happened to be, Kelly rather, who's a female vocalist.
Hmm.
So I had to consider that very deeply, but I don't think that's that complicated if you have a bit of empathy and you listen to people. I'd write it better now, to be honest. My wife is very good over the last 10 years at putting me in the picture about what it's like to be a woman, you know. But I think it was written with a female singer in mind and for that purpose. And it was a bit harsh on both genders, but it was very much about the kind of sleazy repetition and the kind of uh, the drudgery of having to put up with men supposedly being this, higher in the pecking order for no reason,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it really was. I guess people have this obsessive personality, So I mean, not everybody, of course, but I mean, if you like that kind of music, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
beat and everything, it just flowed. It worked really well together, and I think that's what a lot of people have that in them. So they love the song. It was really it was very popular. It still is,
Yeah.
like I say.
It's weird. It's got longevity. I'm very happy about that. People say
Yeah,
that,
no, good job. I mean, I was
it's
like, when I,
never.
when I was gonna meet you last 3 years ago, I go, oh, I always wondered who wrote those lyrics about meeting him for Ian Pickering. And yeah, so there's a darkness and melancholy that runs through both Sneaker Pimps and the Noise Who Runs, right? Do you,
Yeah,
do you,
that's me, I guess.
yeah,
That's
do,
me.
do you feel that is that darkness something that you need in order to create? Do you think darkness is important?
Uh, it seems like it is, probably, if you go historically through various artists and various different art forms and cultures, you go, okay, uh, I don't know. If you're paying attention, the darkness must always be there. The world is quite sinister. If
Yeah.
you're not prepared to look at the kind of the kind of basest stuff and the sleaziest stuff and the most horrific stuff, uh, you know, then and you're not prepared to kind of confront that,
Yeah.
then it gets complicated. Now you have to be able to do that. That's also the darkness has to be present. It's embraced. You can see it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, no,
you
I
can be an
do.
optimist all you want. You know, everyone can be as optimistic as you like, but you know,
I know.
the reality is it's not like that.
I know. Yeah. It is a very dark world. I mean, it's so many things. I mean, I think songwriting is that you have to be in the darkness to actually produce some of the most beautiful lyrics, right? Because because you went underground, like the song
Yeah, it
Six
takes a
Underground.
lot of living. Yeah, it takes a lot of living it, you know. It's just it comes out that because that's my life really.
Yeah.
That's how it goes about on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that is like most people's lives. It's it's full of it's full of great happy moments, but it's a struggle across the
Yeah.
board, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now you have this you have a new album that was just released on May 8th called Regarding Gen X, and it's
Yes.
released on TNWR Records.
Yeah.
And you release one of my favorites in this song is Bang Bang, and I know that's a major song, right? That's a
Yeah, that was the first single, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So what did you have in
And that was
mind
where I
when
think that was where it took shape.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the first time we actually talked was 2 years ago when you had your debut album. So now this is
Yes.
and I know you've wrote many other things in between. So what is this album? I mean, what was the whole concept of this album when you first wrote it, I guess?
Well, it was kind of like a brand new start again
Mm-hmm.
to the project. You have periods where you do something quite intensely, and then you kind of regroup. So everything building up to Preacher Retrospective had been happening since the first pandemic in
I
March
know, yeah.
2020. So there's 3 years of activity, and realistically, Preacher Retrospective was the end of that. That was the end of that. I was going to do something else, and Regen X uh, is just the first product of that. The EP before that was kind of just a transitional thing, but it
Mm.
kind of ushered in the new era.
Yeah.
Uh, that was called "Come and Join the Beautiful Army."
Hmm.
You know, I feel it was a bit rushed now that I listen
Oh,
to
really?
it. Yeah, I think okay, I could have done this one better. I think, maybe the first song and the last song are great on that. Uh, but this one, it was kind of really fresh. I bought a new electric guitar. I treated myself.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never did that, you know.
Uh, that's
Uh,
good.
and it kind of just took off, you know. There wasn't really any thinking apart from just a response to uh, kind of what was coming, and then what occurred, which is, unfortunately, a psychopath back in the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's another track in here about it's called Commercial Road, and
Yes.
yeah, maybe you could talk a little bit about that. Is a metaphor for a transaction? Um,
Uh, uh, it's actually a street in Birmingham. That's where I got the
oh,
title
a
from.
street in Birmingham.
Uh,
Oh,
so yeah, I moved to Birmingham in oh, January 1996.
oh, yeah.
In
Well,
fact, it was my
during the
first
Sneaker
job.
Pimps.
Yeah, it was my first job as a magazine news reporter. Uh,
Oh,
uh, and they had a street called Commercial Road in there, and I just wrote it down for a song title. And I had a song, I think. So the music was done 30 years ago.
oh, really?
And I had some lyrics, but not a lot of lyrics. And then really with the pushback, with the pushback that went up over in the USA about, abortion rights and stuff, uh, it kind of turned that way. I was watching some kind of Kurt Cobain documentaries as well, and it struck me as the sort of thing that he would have taken up if he was still around, and this is his generation too. So
Oh
it
yeah.
all came into this kind of weird thing. That's where the lithium reference comes from. Uh,
Oh,
but no, it's a defense of women's rights and the exploitation of women
oh, yeah, yeah.
in
Oh,
business, really. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, there's a lot of amazing women now, in business and all kinds of things now. I mean,
yeah,
they've
yeah.
taken up big roles. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's still really hard. And still, do you have to have a thick skin and you have to put up with a lot of ridiculous male bullshit.
I know. I really appreciate that about you. You write about these amazing, like very powerful women in these songs.
Yeah, well, I have good role models. Good role models.
Yeah, it shows. I could see
Yeah,
that, and I know
uh,
you have that appreciation for them, which is really special.
yeah, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you.
So how do you think your writing style has evolved from your early days with Sneaker Pimps to now with The Noise Who Runs?
Uh, hmm. I, it's a good question. Uh, I think the end result is kind of pretty much the same,
Yeah.
just slightly different with age, but also remarkably not different with age. Surprisingly,
Experiences,
it's like,
experiences, probably.
okay, yeah. If my dad was still alive, he'd be saying, "Oh my God, you just have to shout about everything like an angry young man." You know? But um, but I think that things seem to happen more easily now and more
Mm.
naturally. So it's almost like I can do a lot of things without thinking. I've been doing it
You just go with
so
the flow.
long. Yeah. And I think I'm a lot more forgiving on myself.
Oh, good.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
Sneaker Pimps was like a board of censors. You wrote the lyrics and then you had to sit there and we
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
sing them through and they were and ahed over, oh, I don't like this word. Yeah, it was quite interesting that way.
Yeah,
But
do you think it a lot of the lyrics now just come out naturally then? It just seems like yeah.
they come out when they come out. Uh, Sometimes I can have an entire song and I haven't recorded it for 5 years, and then it occurs to me on a bus or on a plane or a train or something. Uh, what should that line be? It's like,
Mm.
okay, I said that backwards in weird French grammar. So, and it comes to me what the line should be, and then I can record the song. I've learned not to push it, that
Yeah.
eventually the line will appear. If you think about it long enough or you leave it long enough, one of those two approaches works. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
uh,
So,
Commercial
of
Row is
all,
an example of that, really, because it was there for 30 years.
which
And
one?
I
Oh,
wanted
commercial.
Commercial Road, so I
Oh,
wanted to finish it because it just sounded really nice when I played it again on acoustic guitar. So I thought, oh, if I finish the lyrics, I can do that on the album. It'll balance it really
uh,
nicely. Uh, So yeah, you can come back to it, and but you still have to wait for the lyrics to come. And
yeah.
fortunately, after 30 years, I got there.
And when those lyrics came back, I mean, were you reflecting back on memories of when you were living there at the time?
Uh,
And that kind of helped you write the lyrics?
uh, a little bit because it was kind of comparing it to, all the one. I lived in a house with full of 25 people back then in Birmingham. It was
Oh, yeah.
25 young people in a mansion house with
Oh,
this
wow.
this kind of retired divorced guy who owned it, and he turned everything into little apartments. It
Oh,
was. and it was a wonderful time, and everyone was doing their thing, business people, lawyers, doctors, and everyone was optimistic. And then, that 1996 period to the end of the century was very, very positive, maybe a bit hedonistic as well.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, with 20
Uh,
people there.
but it's kind of interesting to think about that and think about what happened to all these people.
Oh yeah.
And everyone grows up quite safe and securely and has children and does the same thing again. It's like, okay, so there you go.
Do you
I
still keep
didn't
in touch
quite
with those
have
with the
that. I didn't
people?
figure that.
Yeah, do you still run
S-
into them once in a while, or do you still communicate with those people?
some of them, not so
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
Uh, a couple of people on Facebook. I got one guy who used to see quite regularly, but not for a couple of years. That's how
Mm.
it is as you get older. I think you just don't see people anymore.
Yeah, or you just don't tolerate any more of the crap. When you're younger,
Yeah,
you just you
yeah,
now it's like, oh, I got you say I got no time for this. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah. You know what I mean? If I had a social life, I would never get any work done. You know,
I know, yeah,
it's
absolutely, yeah. That's why sometimes you have to, yeah, I know what you mean. I could never get anything done if I was going out every single night
yeah.
and partying the
No,
same.
I like to work. Work is my working on music and doing the whole thing around releasing a project that's a pleasure to me. I like it. You know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, so
So
I'm not.
is
I'm
there
not much.
any?
I'm not much on going out.
Oh yeah, yeah. This album, it contains like how many songs are these? Like it's a 10? Is it over
10.
10?
Yeah, I like
10.
10 as a
Yeah.
number on an album. Yeah.
So of all the songs in the new album, which one feels you think the most personal to you?
Ooh, very nice question. They're all everything is kind of personal to a degree, but then there's either a greater or lesser kind of boom, uh, sledgehammer to society or sledgehammer to authority in it there.
Yeah.
Uh, I, really good question. I'm gonna say it's the last one. It's the last song on the album, which was also the last one written, because I
Yes.
decided the song I had uh, be- before this, I decided it wasn't very good. My wife said, I don't really like that song. So I said, okay, it's gone. Don't worry about it.
You're
And
talking about All Assuming You, right?
yeah, all assuming you, absolutely. So that was the last song written. Just before I went back to the Northeast in England to record the vocals. And that is the most personal, in fact, because there's lyrics on there that I've kind of stolen and altered that only Liam Howe would know about because it's from an album that we made when I was about 15, he was 16, I think, when we were at school. We made an album and put it on a tape and sold
Mm.
it.
For those who don't know, Liam Howell is the other Sneaker Pimps, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Liam's one of the other Sneaker Pimps.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
So
he is a long time. I remember our conversation. He's a long time, very close friend of yours from when you were a child. I guess when you were before, like when you were just an infant.
yeah, yeah, no, before. Yes, he's 6 months older than me. So our mothers were friends
Oh yeah,
before
yeah.
we were born. So yeah. So we were at school together and we made this album. Uh, and yeah, it was just kind of came into that element of the song. So it's very kind of personal on a level because uh, because it was about our history way back then.
Oh, in
Uh,
England.
yeah, in many ways,
Yeah. And what about Bang Bang? I love that song. It just has a great beat. I mean, they're all good, of course, but I'm just saying, I love that. Just I don't know what it is. I think it has a darkness to it that I really like.
Yeah, it's just that's how my everyday life feels. You know, it's nothing about that. That's how it was. When I wrote it, it was probably a bit worse than that, you know. So you can have bad times, you know. You can have harder times in life. I think 2024, it wasn't easy. It started
Mm.
off badly. I got hacked on Facebook and lost all these accounts and had to deal with the bank about a
Oh no.
thousand times. Yeah, it was very nasty, you know. So. And that was just as I was releasing the EP as well. So I just started all that and I had to go back to scratch on all my social media. Uh, so 2024 was actually a very bad year. Lots of like not very good stuff, personal in stuff going on.
So
Uh,
a lot of these songs are personal then. They're like from
yeah, Bang Bang
experience.
is like that, but I
Oh,
figure that's how life is for a lot of people. I live a very average life, you know.
mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
get
and
home
I love
about
how you
whatever.
took the title of this album. It's connected to the Sneaker Pimp in Becoming X, Gen X, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that flow of that, how the transition, how it kind of like it's kind of like a rebirth or a transformation, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I figured it's like a musical, it's like an Irving Welsh thing. It's like Train Spotting and Train Spotting 2
Hmm.
30 years later. So it's like there's Becoming X and Regeneration X is a kind of a reiteration of the lyrics in that, not musically,
Oh.
but it's kind of saying, okay, where did we get to? And reflecting on some of the things within that, you know. So
And I know this mixed and mastered by Colin C.
yeah.
Yeah. And, did you work with him before, or this is the first time?
No, I've been working with him since 2020 throughout he's done all the noisy runs things, you know. So I trust him implicitly. He's a very important part of the process.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can tell. Yeah. I
Yeah.
now um the noise who runs is actually you and is Philippe.
Yes. Yes,
Philippe.
he's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
sitting
yeah,
this one out, if you like.
yeah. He's the guitarist. I mean, do you play the guitar and he plays the guitar, or both of you play the guitar in this one? Because I know you just mentioned you bought a guitar, a new
Well,
guitar.
on this album, I played everything.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
You know, Felipe was busy with other things, you know, with the new job and stuff like that. So ended up doing everything on this,
yeah, yeah.
uh, uh, and hopefully, but hopefully, We're going to get a live show up and running. So
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping that he's available to do that,
Oh, okay. The live show.
because that
Are
would
you
be
gonna?
nice.
Do you think you'll ever come to the US to tour or do some shows in you know in some specific big cities
And,
like San Francisco, for example? Hint, hint.
and, uh, and I would. I would dearly love to. I think that's going to have to wait until
Yeah.
after the current administration is finished because I think my social media doesn't let me enter the country.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Well, that's
oh yeah, no, you
this
know,
soon.
if they check your social media, that's not possible. But you know, that's not going to last forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's so much in all the work that you've done. And then now with the noise who runs, tell us a little bit for those who may want to know, they want to know what does that mean, the noise who runs. Can you explain that a little bit?
Uh, well, the name originated from a restaurant here in France where I live
Yeah,
called
yeah, that's right.
Bricky
Yeah,
Court,
yeah,
which
that's
is,
right.
and if you translate that directly, it just says the noise who runs. So it's really what interests me most is the pronoun, the use of who, rather than the noise which runs or the noise that runs, because
Mm.
because that is how French works. There's a lot of who when it would really in English be that. Uh,
Oh,
so there's kind of a lot of personification in the language. It's very nice. It's sweet, but the
yeah.
noise who runs makes it sound an indigenous kind of name, like someone in touch with kind of the with the whole kind of zeitgeist of the universe, the noise who runs. It sounds, it has a real grandiose kind of sound about it.
No, yeah,
So,
I love that how you take your journalism experience and with
yeah.
communication and all this stuff, and you put these words into play.
So yes, so it's supposed to really be the noise who runs is supposed to be like how you spread the word as people who don't really want the world to be like this, dominated by the far right and dominated by politicians who just get rich by taking money from corporations who exploit everybody. Everybody wants a better world, but we seem trapped by not being able to get together on some level and demand that it changes the
Hmm.
way the majority want. So the noisy runs is kind of this telling the world about everything, if you like.
Wow. Okay, that's really interesting. Yeah. Well, it's a really great title, uh, for a name. I think you've
Yes,
really
it
it's very
takes a long
unique.
time.
I just remembered you did mention that to me at the last interview. If people
Yeah,
want to check out that interview, you can find the interview 3 years ago. We talked about your
years ago.
the initial your that was your debut album, and I can never
Yeah.
pronounce your debut album title. What's it?
Ah,
What's
yes, I forgot that. Yeah. Preta retrospective.
I think it's
Preta
yeah.
retrospective.
No, I get tongue
Yeah.
tied, but that's great. I love how you put these words. You have a thing with words. You're really a lyrics guy for sure.
Yeah, that is my strongest kind of suit, if you like. And it comes quite effortlessly. It always did. It always came quite effortlessly, and it always comes when it's needed.
Yeah.
Is I don't know how it works. If I did, I would write a book, and everyone would be able to do this. You know,
Are you are
uh,
you um are you a Gemini by any chance?
I'm an Aries,
Oh,
in
you're an
fact.
Aries.
Yeah. Uh, but no, if you want AI to be able to write good lyrics, you need to ask me to program the AI because it really doesn't know. I've looked into it a little bit. AI is not good with creative work at all. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's good with a
No,
shopping
it's
list.
really about how you prompt it. It's really how you prompt it and how you put the words in for AI to actually capture your words. That's what I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, I think it's very dangerous. It's just not capable of, it's not really capable of capturing enough of the inner space of the human psyche. You can say something and
Yeah.
it can stir up a billion different memories all at once.
Yeah.
And that's an incredible thing. And you can write something based on that means something to so many people just because it's possibly does. Every time you write a sentence, it's like 1,000 parallel universes open up to other
Right.
people,
No. Yeah. That's
you know?
no. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. The world. I mean, I can see that now. A lot of parallel universes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting. Wow. Yeah. So I mean, there's so much we can talk about here with that. But I really really enjoy talking with you, and congratulations on the re Gen X album. I like that too, how you put that in words, and how it's
Yeah.
kind of like after 30 years later, from um becoming X to X seems to be like a big X. The X letter is so powerful, right? X.
Well, yeah. And I was almost a bit embarrassed because I came up with the album title on the way home. I was
Hmm.
cycling home from work at 8:30 in the evening, and I went, "Oh, oh yes!" And I thought, "Oh, it's brilliant, Regen X, just like that. That's going to be the album title." And then I got home, and I instantly had a message from Liam from Sneaker Pimps saying, "Oh, will you write something because it's the 30th anniversary of becoming X?" And I suddenly went. Oh no, everyone's going
Oh,
to
it's like
think
it's like
I've
it's like
done a terrible
synchronicity.
thing.
Isn't that
Yeah, but
synchronicity? Yeah.
yeah, but I saw the negative. I thought, oh my God, I can't possibly call it Regen X because everyone thinking I'm trying to I'm trying to jump on the anniversary of becoming X. I instantly thought, oh no, I can't use it. But in the end, I relaxed and I talked
No, you know
myself
what? That's
around.
why I didn't think that. I didn't think that you
Yeah,
were doing that at all. I thought like just like what you did. I thought it's synchronicity because when you're
yeah,
connected,
no,
especially with him, you've known him since you were a child, since you were an
yeah,
infant. You guys obviously
yeah,
are have a soul connection, right? And
yeah,
soul
yeah, I would
connections
think.
are connected up here as well, so they think the
I've
same.
never thought of that. Oh, that's very cool. Yes, I like your way better. Your explanation is much better. Thank you, Ed.
I mean, that's what I think. Honest to God, I mean, I really do. I think it's a great title, and
Yeah.
uh,
No, it's well, no,
I'm looking
that's very
forward.
cool.
So this album is out now. You can find it on the Noise Who Runs Bandcamp page, and it's released on TNWR Records, and I'll be sure to show that on the info. Um, so would you
Very
have anything coming
fantastic.
up? Are you writing the next one, the next album, or do you have other stuff you
The
wrote that you?
next one is uh yeah, I have a couple of things. I have the next album is written in terms of it's got 10 songs. I've just narrowed it down. I had 14 and I put it down to 12 and I listened to it and I went, oh, something's wrong. So I took away two songs and now it's a great album. It's going to be a good album. I just have to record the vocals. Uh, and I've written some songs with an English student of mine, someone who's having English lessons because he's a retired guy and he plays guitar and he's got all these songs.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and some of them were really good. So I said, oh, can I have some of these songs recorded so I can write lyrics for them? And and so I did it. So I've done like 10 of his songs with his music, with his guitar, acoustic, and me singing. So it's going to be like a little unplugged album, if you like, just for fun.
Oh, the next album's unplugged, so it's all acoustic.
Uh,
Oh,
well,
great.
no, that's another album. There's two albums coming.
Oh,
One is the music that is written by another guy, and that's the acoustic one. That's my lyrics and me singing. And the other album is the follow-up to Regen X, which
oh.
is a full-on bizarre guitar fest where I've done things with guitars that no one should ever be allowed to do, and no one should record in this way. It's not advisable, but
Mhm.
it sounds amazing. Some of the guitar work, yes.
Oh, wow. When do you think you'll be releasing that one?
Uh, Probably this time next year. Yeah, probably the
Oh,
same timetable in about May.
oh, okay. Wow, we can't wait for that one. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it should be good. It's kind of like it.
Yeah. Wow, it's always wonderful to talk to you and just get a little bit of just to know a little bit about what you've been doing. And I just love how you play on words and how you put things together. You really are a lyricist.
Oh,
Um,
thank you very much.
so
Very good.
the Sneaker Pimps have anything coming up that you know about or?
I I don't know. I know absolutely nothing about it, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Yeah.
We did all the writing for the last
Yeah.
album, Square in the Circle, and that was all done by the end of 2021.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and there was a
Probably
lot more
probably taking a
songs
break.
written after that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know what the
Yeah.
situation is. I don't know whether that was a final get back together, make an album and goodbye,
Mm,
uh, or whether there's plans to do more at a later point.
yeah.
It's really
We'll
up to
find out
those
soon.
guys.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
find out soon.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes.
Well, big shout out to Shameless Promotion PR. Anything else um about this album? I know this is it's just been released and we'll be sure to play the all the songs in here that came out and especially Bang Bang. I love that one. And the bodies are under the bus again. I love that one too.
Yeah, I think it is. It's way better than pretty retrospective. I think something kind of clicked into place. You know, you do something for a long time, uh, but to be honest, this was kind of a whole new way of working to me when I arrived in France because things had changed. But I was an alcoholic, so I hadn't even touched anything for 10 years. I'd just played acoustic guitar and sang, and other people did all the work, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, Be like Jabba the Hutt playing guitar, not moving. I wasn't fat or anything,
No, I
but
don't think
you
so.
know, you know. But so I had to get used to doing things uh, all by myself, recording, finding ways to do things. So I've learnt over the last 10 years, and this album is the time where I kind of knew pretty much everything I had to do, and I was free to experiment because the other stuff was second nature now.
Hmm.
So there's sounds a big well on this album, it's the start of something. They're beginning to come more interesting into their own because I'm doing strange experiments with them, if you like. So I'm taking the guitar and I'm reversing sections of the guitar with various effects
Mm.
and then turning it back round with various effects. And it's designed to replace the violin sound. So the next album really kind of tries to play with that a lot. Uh, so it's a nice musical experiment, but I'm just getting used to all this really.
Oh.
But this is the point where it's like, okay, what I do now is actually it's a level where it sounds good, and the songwriting again has become more simple and more direct again. I
Hmm.
think,
Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
you can
Well,
get a
I
bit,
think
a bit
I think your
indulgent.
I think your lyrics are deeper. I mean, people really got to dig deep and try to figure out what that means. I think it's not just shallow lyrics. I think it's deep lyrics. There's meaning.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's the the first point is that they should be beautiful or interesting, and which I think they are. I think they're quite poetic. There's a lot of
Hmm.
nice imagery in there, or just interesting wordplay.
Hmm.
But so that's like the little bit of sugar, you know, on your
Yeah, yeah.
medicine before you know before the sledgehammer comes and knocks some sense into us, you know, because yeah, if you get people's attention with something and then the message hopefully comes through, you know, people want to explore it more. And there's a lot in, yeah, there's a lot in there, I think, you know, for people. Not everyone's a fan of lyrics. A lot of people just like music, which is maybe in the
Mm.
past where the noisy runs fell down because the music was less important. But this time I think it kind of everything works very well together for the very
Hmm.
first time all across the songs, you know?
Yeah, there's a part on social media where you can actually play the music and you can put the lyrics on there. Sometimes I like to do that, but sometimes the lyrics are wrong. But
Ah, yeah.
I just find that lyrics is so important. It's like poetry in motion, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, poetry has been around forever, and then just I mean, even the ballads, right? They have lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, the,
Yeah,
the the way the
absolutely.
way the ballads were written, the lyrical the ballads in poetry. So I just feel some people just get so caught up in other things they don't really see those things anymore. But thank you for saying that because it's true. They are important. You're a lyrics guy, words are important.
Yeah.
Words,
I,
I mean,
I'm sure if you look, I'm sure if we looked at it in a kind of an evolutionary way, then music and lyrics exist side by side because they kind of inform each other,
yeah, like the ballad, the
you know?
lyrical ballads that
Yeah,
people that's been around
yeah.
for centuries,
So
and they're dark
it
too.
absolutely, and I'm sure it's, you know, so they kind of go hand in hand.
Hmm.
Uh, But I mean, maybe because of classical music being such a big thing, you know, and just orchestras and it has to be opera. And that was the rock and roll of the 17th, 18th century. I don't know. But it seems that, you know, because it seems the lyrics are kind of slightly denigrated. It seems a big, it's like, oh, it's an outrage because Bob Dylan gets a Nobel Prize for poetry or literature and he's a songwriter. It's like, no, no, he's an artist, give him a bit of due, you
Yeah,
know.
no, yeah, it totally is.
Uh,
Yeah.
a lot more. There's a lot more lyricists who should be considered for, a Nobel Prize.
I
Michael
know.
Stipe could be considered for that.
Yeah, Michael Stipe, Nick Cave.
Yeah, yeah,
Nick Cave
100%.
is an amazing lyricist. He's probably like
Yeah,
blows my mind
absolutely.
completely. And he even wrote an album with
Yeah,
the murder ballads, which is really about lyrics and music and poetry. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's,
And
yeah, I think it's a
you,
lot more important than people say. I think it's
yeah.
just, it's a lot more important, and a lot of musicians they think that everyone likes the beat and the guitar riff, but I think most people out they like that. And maybe in that case, they don't care about the lyrics. But the
Hmm.
whole point about Spin Spin Sugar was what Liam and Chris wanted was it's okay, it's pretty much a dance song. Uh, but we don't want shitty lyrics. We don't want nothing lyrics. So they wanted something that was a big statement. And
Hmm.
maybe that doesn't happen so often in dance music, but it is possible to have a big smash hit, you
Yeah.
know, a very, very popular song that represents, there's still it still gets played now. It's ridiculous,
I
you
know.
know.
Yeah. No. I think
Uh,
is that sound spin spin sugar. I mean, look at the way it sounds in the when you utter the
yeah, it's
lyrics,
very
right?
pleasant.
Spin, spin,
Yeah,
sugar, and then it goes with the beat, and then it gives, and then you start thinking like, what does that mean? You know, it's kind of like, whoa, spin, spin, sugar. So it's sweet. It's sweet and
yeah,
sensual. It gives that S sound.
yes. It's very
Oh
much
yeah,
a
it's
temptation and resist thing.
yeah, yeah. That's why I was
Yeah,
saying it's so obsessive. You know, it becomes an obsessive kind of part of the society. I mean, that's how
yeah,
I felt it. I felt it, and I guess you have to be a music lover to feel these things. So it's coming out with the music and lyrics. And
yeah. I think so. Yeah, it's yeah. No, and it just seems to fit that. It does fit this. It does fit the current time very well for some reason,
yeah,
uh, which is very nice to have done that by
yeah.
accident.
No, well, thank you for making writing the lyrics to those to that song and that
Yeah,
album, Becoming X, and the music you're bringing out now with the Noise Who Runs and just your collaboration and the album, you know. And I know you're gonna, and we can't wait for the next one, the acoustic one
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
And
yeah. Cool.
yeah, and you know, and of course. I'll be sure to post, indicate yeah, you're on Instagram, the Noise Who Runs, Facebook, and you have
Yeah.
a YouTube channel as well, and all of that, and of course a Bandcamp, and I'll put that in. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
but
wonderful.
yeah, but thank you for joining me. Is it still daytime out there? I mean, it's
Yeah,
still bright.
it's still light.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 9 o'clock.
Still-
Okay,
it's nearly 10
summer. Yeah,
o'clock now. Yeah.
it
So
is
yeah,
summertime. So, what times it get dark there?
uh, probably between 10:30 and 11 at the moment.
Oh my
So
God, yeah,
another
that's great.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is close to the summer. I mean, over here it
Yes.
gets pretty dark fast. It doesn't get dark that, not that it takes a while, dark really quickly now.
Is it
Yeah.
winter?
Well, in the winter is longer nights, but I guess I mean at 10 o'clock it's dark already in here. 9 o'clock is dark. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess we're in the very north
Yeah.
part of France. So yeah.
Yeah. It must be a
Yeah.
nice part of France. I never been to that area before. I went to
Well, it's got
Nice
weather
last
like
year.
Manchester.
Yeah. Oh,
So
really? It
it's
rains a
yeah.
lot? Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it rains a lot, yeah, but
Oh,
this
that's nice.
weekend it's been like 30 degrees, so it's very hot. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, what part of France are you at? I mean, how far is that from Paris?
It's an hour kind of east and up from
Mm.
Paris on the train. It takes an hour. It's about 10 kilometers from the border with Belgium, and
Oh,
it's
okay. Okay.
maybe an hour and a half down from Calais.
Yeah,
So
when
it's
when I
basically
was
in Flanders, yeah.
Yeah, when I was in Nice last year for an astrology workshop, I really, I mean, I've been there before, but I fell in love with Nice again. It's so beautiful, the south of France. And
Yeah,
then
I'm going to enjoy. I've never been. I'm going to enjoy going next week.
yeah, and then I know some people there, and an American, and he lives there, and he said, I moved here and I love it. And I go, well, how do I move here? So
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah.
I'll be
No,
like you.
absolutely.
I'll move to France one day.
No, I mean it's very nice. They're very pleasant with friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the food is great. But that's the best. Yeah.
The food is great. Yeah, the food is great.
And the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very nice. No, everyone, it's a very nice in France. You get a lot of holidays as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, well, Ian, thank you again for joining me and for, giving us another, giving us your music. And I always appreciate that.
All right, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. It's lovely
And
to see you again.
I always love digging into your brains. Thank you.
That's cool. All right,
And I
nice.
hope to see you. We'll see you again in the future. Thank you.
Yes, hopefully
And I'll be sure to
soon.
post Ian Pickering, Noise Who Runs, out now. Gen X album. All right.
All right, that's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.